Gale-force winds and high tides crashed onto the British coastline in the early hours of the morning, as had been predicted for days. Rollers surged over the tidal defences along the coast of Devon and Cornwall, a region that initially bore the brunt of the weather system. As the storm moved further eastwards, huge waves lashed the coastlines of Dorset and Hampshire. The port of Dover was closed for a period as the winds and high seas reached a peak. Forecasters are saying that the stormy conditions will rise and fall in intensity for the next day or so. But the emergency services say they've been prepared for the storm. The advanced weather warnings have certainly helped.
My staff are all fully trained. They do these things day in, day out. It's not a one-off occurrence. We get this sort of weather on a fairly regular basis. So the guys are absolutely teamed up and ready to go.
80-mile-an-hour winds brought down trees, damaged houses and cut electricity supplies to thousands of people. At this caravan park at Selsey in West Sussex, dozens had to be rescued from floodwaters. Emergency teams were directed by a Coast Guard helicopter above. Travel conditions were described as treacherous. Planes landing at Heathrow skewed side to side on approach. Along with travellers at Gatwick, Bristol, Southampton and London City airports, there have been delays and flight cancellations. Road and rail links have been disrupted throughout the day as well. Travel organisations are warning anyone venturing out to take extra care. Inevitably, some refuse to observe warnings to keep away from coastal areas. In fact, quite the opposite.
It is a little bit hairy, but the conditions aren't too bad. It's a little bit too windy, though, I will say that.
It wasn't just here in Britain that felt the effects of the winds, though. In France, the Artemis was beached on the western coast after the worst storm to hit France this year. While the initial storm has moved on, the predictions are that the bad weather will continue until the middle of the week as this multiple weather front blows in from the Atlantic. Stuart Ramsey, Sky News in the West Country.